When my baby was born, he was put into a plastic bag. I was 15 years old. I thought I would come on here to talk about the plastic bag that my son was put in when he was born. When I posted the photo of my son being in the plastic bag, my comment section went crazy. Is that a bag of carrots? Why the hell would you get pregnant at 15? You're going to ruin your life. When I found out I was pregnant at 15, I told my mum through a text message and she didn't speak to me for 2 days.
If any of your children decide to be teen parents in the future, how would that make you feel?
Put it up here. Good boy. I'm Lauren. I have 3 beautiful children. You have that one. My family life is chaotic, but I love it. This is Blake. How old are you? 13. Blake is funny, very sarcastic like me. This is Amelia. Amelia, who is 7, going on 17. It's very, very sassy. The princess of the family, being the only daughter. This is Rowan. How old are you? 2. Rowan is a massive character, very funny and cheeky. This is Sean. Is that Daddy? Daddy. Where's Mummy? Mummy. I have 3 baby dads. Blake's dad I was with for nearly 5 years. Amelia's dad I was with for 7 years, and then I've been with Sean for almost 4 years. You do it. Every morning we sort of prep the veggies for the pigs, and then we get it all outside, get them in the run. The kids are really good at taking on that responsibility of looking after them. All of the piggies are rescues, aren't they?
Thank you very much.
When I met Sean, he already knew I had children, and it was never a question. He loved me and he loved the kids from day dot.
Bubbles, yeah.
He's a brilliant dad.
Put it in there.
Good job. We're a blended family, but we are just a family. It's like nothing's different.
No. Not yummy. You've got to chuck it in there.
You can't eat it all. Say bye-bye. Bye. Good boy.
Growing up, I've always wanted a family of my own, and coming into a relationship where she already had 2 children, that was like a bit of a kickstart for me, and I've adapted to them and I love them to bits.
Me and Sean having a baby together, and obviously the other 2 see you as their dad, but it was really nice to have that connection. Having Rowan has completed our family, but there's definitely a little room for one more. Yeah.
That seemed like a nervous laugh to me. Why did you want to get pregnant at such a young age?
I've always wanted to be a young mum. It's just all I've ever known. I got into a relationship with Blake's dad when I was 13, and from then on I knew that I wanted to have a baby. I was physically trying to have a baby, and then I got pregnant at 15. I would have been 16 when he would have been born, but Blake was 3 months premature. Yeah, put the basket over there, darling. So my pregnancy with Blake was a struggle. I only made it to around 5 months before my waters broke. And then I had a scan, which they couldn't find his heartbeat, so we had to have an emergency cesarean. He was 13 weeks premature. They took him straight into intensive care. But when they did show us a photo, he was in a sandwich bag. And at being 15, I didn't really understand what that was about. All I knew was that they were doing what was best for him, but now I know that was to help him regulate his temperature. Blake couldn't breathe on his own, he had chronic lung disease, he had a lot of health conditions.
Were you worried at all?
I think if I'd had a natural, normal birth previous to that, I think it would have been more scary, but because I was so young and it was my first birth, I didn't know any different, and we just carried on. Hello everyone, I thought I would come on here to talk about the plastic bag that my son was put in when he was born. I recently put up a TikTok and all of you went crazy over it, so I thought I'd address some of the comments on that video. So I decided to post a photo of when Blake was born, so I put it with that and where we are now to show the difference in how far Blake's come. I also wanted to do that for Blake's sake, to show him how strong and resilient he has been, because he is a fighter. But that photo of Blake being in the sandwich bag came with a very controversial mix of comments. We have, if your kid's mates find out he was born in a Tesco bag, he will not live a peaceful life. Like, this is crazy to me, because how a child needs to survive at birth will never determine whether he is going to be bullied in school or not. It's good to actually raise awareness. Not any of my friends have had premature babies, so it's not talked about enough. There is one saying, is that a bag of carrots? And we also have, why the hell would you get pregnant at 15? You're going to ruin your life. Actually, it doesn't matter how old you are, you can still be a good parent and a good mum. And I'm a brilliant mum and a brilliant person, so let's not be too quick to judge. See you later. Being a mum at 15, I think a lot of people have an assumption of how you're going to be as a parent. You know, she hasn't got a job and she can't support the baby. And I've worked from a very young age. Mum would watch Rowan, I would go to work. And then, yeah, I had my own house, paid my bills, and I've worked really hard ever since to provide for the kids. Hello. Hello. Right. My mum's a huge role model for me. She always gave us the best life, and my mum and dad both worked really hard. Come on. Yeah, put the kettle on. There you go. Thanking you. You're welcome. When I found out I was pregnant at 15, I told my family, my mum being the first one, through text.
How did your mum react to that when she received the text?
She didn't speak to me for 2 days. The silent treatment was strong. So I've got the text from when I first told you I was pregnant. Right. I think life's been such a whirlwind the past 13 years. We've never really discussed how Mum actually felt about it at the time. I am pregnant and there is nothing you can do about it. It's my choice, my body, and I'm keeping it.
Wow. Yeah. And then there was radio silence.
For 2 days.
Yeah, that was a bit of a shock to the system. It was a mix of emotions because obviously you've got the worry about it being your child, you've got the worry about how other people are going to deal with it, you've got the concerns about how we're going to deal with it as a whole. It wasn't a normal pregnancy and you weren't having a normal life and you weren't going through school normally. And so everything else you had to deal with on top of that. So I don't think you had time to think about how you would normally be. But I mean, we muddled through.
We did. So obviously I know you haven't agreed with a lot of my choices and obviously we've come head set on some of my decisions. But do you think I've been a good mum?
Yeah, you're there. And you care. And you do love them.
I do love them.
You could have easily have walked away. You could have easily got to the point with Blake and thought, I can't do this. But you didn't, you stayed.
I wanted more.
You wanted more. It just goes to show that you're more than capable.
Yeah.
More than capable.
God.
Love you. Whatever. Love you too.
Best thing about being a young mum is the fact that I've had way more years with my children than most people.
Do you have any regrets about having kids so young?
I don't have any regrets. It made me who I am today. I was on a rough path when I was younger, so Blake changed my life and put me on the straight and narrow.
She's a brilliant mum. Can't wait to take it further and potentially have another baby with her.
Do you guys like some more brothers and sisters?
Nah.
One more sister.
The end goal is to have a cottage and have loads of animals. That's the dream for us, to be able to enjoy that life together. And I want my children to do well and experience everything that they can with me and then take that into their own lives later on.
If any of your children decide to be teen parents in the future, how would that make you feel?
I wouldn't mind. I want them to do well and I want them to be in education, but I know that with the right support, they can do both of those things, and that's exactly what I've done. I will absolutely support them in whatever they choose to do in life.